Hey Aquarius, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekly reading from February 6th through the 12th, 2023. Due to all of this beautiful, excuse me, all of the support and the connection between us as a collective, we have expanded, and we're going through a very strong period of expansion. So we will be doing weekly readings for the next 8 to 10 weeks. Okay, so we look forward to doing dailies by April 3rd or the 10th. I'm looking at more of the 3rd. I'm gonna miss doing dailies because that is who I am as a person. But one thing is for sure, you could still book a personal reading. That has not changed. But I cannot express how much I'm just like overjoyed. But I just don't sound like it. But I think mostly because I'm sad about not doing daily readings for a while. Excuse my throat. It's like my spirit doesn't even want to say it. It's almost like I don't even want to say it, Aquarius. But either way, here we go. Let's see what we've got going on and what fell on the ground here. Okay, so we have Page of Pentacles and we have Seven of Wands. Okay, so we have the Magician here that fell out. Family energy back and forth and family friends and guides. It just looks as though you may be back and forth about how you can utilize what your connections with people. Like what's best. Oh gosh, there's something about you're trying to achieve some sort of goal and you're not sure whether to treat. It's almost like, do I take the advice of some of my family members or treat them as friends, or there's something going on with this. So we have Page of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, with family. I think there's you're back and forth how to approach your family. They may be being very careful and cautious, and being there's something about them being quite defensive, and so you're having to try. Your intention is to get them uh, almost to bend something to your will. That may be your intention, right? But you have your week is going to be filled with family energy, them learning more, trying to figure something out with you, and they're maybe quite defensive. Okay, but you guys get. It looks like you guys have a lot. Like there was a lot of love shared, but somehow, some way along the way, either you or them were hurt by something or feel triggered by something that occurred. Um, and then you have family, friends, and guides with Justice and Page of Wands. So this would give me this energy of mm, trying to make things fair, and really you're trying to let your first impression be what makes things fair. Like on first a first instinct of a person, it may be your sibling. My first impression of this person is that they are my best friend. My first feeling about this person is I feel defensive, or you're trying to be fair like that. Okay, and so you may be back and forth about what can I get out of this situation. Am I going to be able to get the chalice I need for something to happen? It's like they're defensive about what, kind of thing. And so it's not manipulation necessarily, but more so like the value of relationships. Just because we share DNA or we share something doesn't always mean that is the only value that a relationship has. So commitment here by Thursday or Friday, Six of Wands and the Hierophant. By that point, you're gonna realize that it's just best for you to do things your way. Okay, you need to be committed to following a standard that works for you, that really works for you by that point, because it's almost like you may be oh gosh, this looks like you're just back and forth, like, can I get anything out of the situation? They're very defensive towards me. I don't even understand why they're triggered. I don't even know why I'm triggered, but this, just because they're my so and so doesn't mean that they automatically have rights to whatever, getting what they want out of me either. And so that's something here. And that's true, though. This truth. I can't even describe. I used to have a friend. I think I've said this in many other videos. She's from Nigeria. And she was talking to me. And we both talked. We had a lot in common. And we're standing in a hallway. And she says to me, because I was like, we were talking about family. And I said something like, oh, family, they always say blood's thicker than water. And but I was like, but there's some toxic things that I just can't do. And she was like, well, in America they have it wrong. She's like, blood is thicker than water is something that's a an adage, an old adage that we say in Africa, and it is not what you think. She was like, blood are the covenants you make with the people you choose to have in your life. The water is the birth waters that you come through into this life to be. You didn't, that's what the interpretation of that was for them. So it's like blood is thicker than water. The people you choose to have in your life is thicker than the people you came from, because you didn't choose them. You came through waters to come, and blood is thicker than water here. So that's what they're speaking about. Like, you're looking at people going, you may be looking at people going, just because you're part of this and you're my parent or you're my, whatever, doesn't mean you get more precedence in my life just because of that link. You have to actually get to know me, right? You have to defend me. You have to be there for me to, feel like that is something, and I get this. I tell you, I get this. Deception by the end of this week, by the weekend, by Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have Queen of Cups, Seven of Cups. The deception in this energy is that it's almost as though, I won't say that. The deception is that you must forgive and then give them a second chance, and be buddy buddy with people. You must do it, right? The only thing you must do in this energy is forgive. That's it. But giving another chance is another story. And so there's something about that here. The deception is that forgiveness is something that can't happen, or not one of the options, or it's a bad thing to do, or it's not necessarily the best thing to do. But it's always the best thing to do, because forgiveness is acceptance. And it's important to accept the fact that, hey, just because we are connected in this manner doesn't mean that you have automatic access to the vault, whatever. So this commitment is like that. It's almost better for you to do things your way. It's better because you are going to be much more successful that way, they say. And so you have this family, friends, and guides energy that basically they're telling you here that it's like you have to be fair. That it's like you have to take your first impression of that person or those people. You have to be like, well, I know them to be XYZ, and that's just it. That's the relationship that we have together, right? We don't have to. You don't have to give someone else precedence because of their title, right? So you could be dealing with an Aries strongly, Libra strongly, or every sign is here except for yours in Gemini. So that may be significant for you. Another Aquarius or Gemini, you may be dealing with another Aquarius or Gemini. Usually, if that's the case, then that means that person, those signs are prominent in your space. All right, so. If not, these signs could be in your chart, all right? If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.